Okay, have fun dying. Bye. This is gonna be a lot of grenades.
Just
Good lord, everyone go out. Show yourself. God.
Hey guys, Bear here, and today I'll be talking about the update 0.8 for the game Foxhole. This update has been called the Communications Update. It improves the map grid system and gives players the ability to track enemy positions and friendly positions as well. So before we get to the big complicated stuff, let's start with the simpler things. There's a new map featured in this update. It's called Tempest Island. It's a small skirmish map, and like all skirmish maps, it's pretty symmetrical. You've got two larger islands on either side of a small river running between them, and a small centralized island. This small centralized island is great for urban combat, and it gives us a preview of what's to come in urban combat in Foxhole. There's various terraces, levels, different structures, wrecked cars in the streets. It all looks really cool. Speaking of cars, there's a new one that we can drive. It's called the Light Utility Vehicle, or LUV for short. It costs 120 basic materials to build at the vehicle factory. It can seat a total of 4 players, a driver, a passenger, and 2 passengers in the back. It also has 6 inventory slots, one of which will obviously be taken up by fuel. Players cannot shoot out of this vehicle. It's purely meant for fast transport and reconnaissance. Its on-road and off-road performance is about the same as a motorbike, without the boost. It also has a unique feature. Light utility vehicles carry with them radio kits, which basically turns them into mobile watchtowers. It's not just the utility vehicles that are getting this special upgrade, players are sort of getting it too. Players can now make radio packs at workshops. It costs 100 basic materials, will create a pack of 5 radio packs. When equipped, these radio packs will replace your character's backpack. With them, you can press the G key to mark nearby structures, vehicles, and infantry, both friendly and enemy. The radio has 5 charges. These will recharge slowly over time, so make sure you're not spamming it constantly. This will mark items which are roughly visible to the player onto the map, but if you combine these with a pair of binoculars, then you've really got yourself a specialized scout character, as you will be able to mark things with the G key at farther distances if you are looking at them through the binoculars. Here's a basic example. So here, if I look on the map, there is currently nothing marked on this ridge. If I look through the binoculars, I can see that there are indeed 3 howitzers on this ridge. I press the G key to mark, and now when I look at the map again, they're marked. Which brings us to our next point. The map grid system has seen a major rework. The map grid system is now consistent across all the maps in the game. The letters at the top and the numbers on the left side are now huge in the viewport, and they will also stick to the sides of the screen. They won't disappear no matter how much you zoom in or out of the map. There's also now a keypad system associated with each grid square. Numbered 1 through 9, these give extra precision for your map callouts. And not just that, there's some hotkeys associated with it as well. In the text chat, if you type in !chords, it will send you back your current player map coordinates. Additionally, if you're on the map screen and you click Control and then press the left mouse button, it will type in those coordinates that you've selected onto your text chat as well. So this makes it super easy for callouts to your team. So all of these things mash together to create a substantial amount of information for the players. Light utility vehicles will be marking structures, players, and vehicles wherever they go. Players with radio backpacks will be marking and scouting enemy lines, and the map will show you everything you need, with a couple of caveats. Number 1, players must visit a town hall or an outpost in order to update their map. You'll know this is done because once you approach a town hall and select it, you'll get a little indication saying that your map has been updated. The standard radios will also play into this, as you won't need to visit a town hall or an outpost to update your map. If you have a radio, everything will be revealed to you. If you and your squad are running operations, you should absolutely make sure that all your maps are up to date with the latest information. If you're working with old intel, you're just asking to be ambushed. And remember, this can be used for deception as well. If you know the enemy's scouting you, you could reduce your forces in one area to make them think it's a weak spot. Or you can fool them into thinking you have strong defenses in one area by just sending a few extra troops when their scouting party arrives. This gives lots of tools for attackers and defenders, but also increases the amount of coordination we're going to need between players. Some gameplay features and changes include: Endless Shore has seen a little bit of a revamp. Some drawbridges and shipyards have been included to facilitate more amphibious warfare, and a few layout changes have been made as well. Fisherman's Row has seen some minor changes to the layout. In skirmish mode, the technology rate is now 3 times as much as the campaign mode, and there is a 4-hour time limit that has been enforced. This is to make skirmish modes have quick turnovers. Stalemate end conditions can now be manually triggered by a moderator on campaign wars, and some new gameplay modifiers are being added to this week's weekly war. Encampment means that players can build campsites but not outposts. Campsites act like single-player spawn points. These were actually featured in a much earlier version of the game. And Stronghold, where town halls are twice as resilient against all damage types. There is now a loading screen when you're entering a server, so that it's not just a black screen. War end screens will now indicate if a surrender has occurred, or if the victors actually won by conquest. The surrender alert and notifications are now only shown to your team. And Chinese has been added to the regional text chat filters. Some game balances include: rifle damage has been reduced by 10%, Storm Rifle auto-fire mode damage has been increased by 10%, Storm Rifle single-shot mode damage has been increased by 8%, the field machine gun ammo tech level has been reduced to level 1, the threshold for field machine guns to be disabled has been changed from 60% down to 30%, so they are now more resilient to fire. RPG and RPG ammo tech level has been decreased from 3 down to 2. Sticky bomb explosive material has been reduced from 100 down to 70. The Watchtower basic material cost has increased from 35 to 60. Radio basic material cost has increased from 60 to 120. Howitzer basic material cost has been reduced from 125 down to 100. Radio cost increased from 120 for 10 radios down to 100 basic materials for 5 radios. And the radio production time per item has been increased by 66%. There were some major bug fixes along with this update, but I'll leave that for the patch notes down below. Thanks for watching this update. If you like this video, like and subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest Foxhole updates. And as always, good luck, keep your heads down, and stay in your foxholes. Bear out.